Yeah, good day. Welcome to Botanic Design. In the continuation of a 3 bedroom on a half plot of land that we are working on. In the last episode, we were able to complete all the physical arrangement of all the templates in this building. So in this particular episode, I want to work on the roof. So now, before I go on, let me go to 3D and so something. So let's say I have this in position. So for me to have a unique view of everything, I have to replicate this back to the front. So now I'm going to do that in different way. So I'm going to say go to ground floor plan. So what I want to do is that I will like bring all this thing to the front, then flip it for different purpose. So I'm going to select this, and I will say mirror. So let it mirror now. So that's the mirror point. So I'm going to bring it now to say I come here and stay. So it's aligned with the window, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to shift this one. I just need to shift this. I don't actually need much of it to be in that position. So now what I do is that I will reduce this one size. Now what I'm going to do here is I want to use this place for a wardrobe. Understand? So for this one, then I will bring the aesthetic value of that position to reality. So I'm going to shift this. So check the measurements when it's be able to accommodate. So I think like that it's able to accommodate, or you extend it to let you have something like 800. It's okay like that. So delete this one. So this is what I have. So I'm going to say align this one to the window point. Okay, make the first like that. So I will change this one now, edit the boundary, and then fix this, and then fix. So say break it down into 2, then you open it and adjust it. Fine. So I will say click finish. Now my focus now is going to be for the education. Now let me go back here. Just say complete it. So I have my issue that's supposed to come up. So I'm going to go to foundation and do that. So I'm not seeing how the traces could be, but let me just bring it down by clicking this. So I will use this to trace what I want to create. So create similar here now. So it will work well. So I'm using the underlay to work that out. So I don't need much to do with this one because it's of no use for my own intelligence. But no matter what, you just need to leave it there so that by the time they are digging, or you cut your, how will I call it now, when you cut out your section, that will not be for it. So now we have every position in place. Now I want to quickly do something so that we bring fineness or finish to my work. So I'm going to say from here, just establish this to move out a bit. So now you have a single joint position. So I'm going to say complete now, then fix it here. So as I've done with that, now you select these two, select this now. So what you just need to do is to mirror it. So mirror by coming to the middle line, then mirror it. So I think it fits for me at that position. So now the next we need to go is to go to level 3 and level 2. So this is where we are going to create our roof. So the roof is going to be completely created here. So I will say use roof by footprints. So what I just do is direct creation of this by setting my hip for this. So you follow up to select and base. So you do the same thing here as well by placing it here. Then the next thing you do is select this one too and paste it here. So I have all this in line. So what I need to do now is to break them in pieces. So I'm going to select this one and break it. So if I do, there's something I'm checking that I don't want to do. I want it to have different face of reality. So I'm going to use only the front one. So I'm going to do this one. So let me just focus myself on the back so that it can be level. For the remaining one, I'm going to use change the statics. So I will say delete. Then now we trim them. We trim everything by select. Then trim. So I will select everything and change the height of my window. So I'm going to increase the height to 35 or 40. Let me say 40, but I want the roof to be so high. So click finish and say do not attach. So you go to site education, site education and site view, where you're going to see that. So my problem is that all these things are not following what I need to follow. So I'm going to select and say go to edit the type. Then you don't need to duplicate since you are using the same type of clip for that system. So you click this and you come to this particular roof that's materials. So the graphics is what you need to work on. Just select the rendering material to do the same thing. So select the surface. At the surface now you click the model and let the model just click a new one. Or you click search for vertical. If there is no vertical something, this one represents a vertical line. So when you select like that, just click on edit to see. Now you have 90 degree with this. So if you are okay with that, then select it. So from here now you can like to duplicate it. So you rename it to your choice by calling it vertical. Understand? So you click finish and you say okay. Just a simple way, just a simple method, and you see this what's it called? So we fall in the direction of the arrow. Can you see? So that's the beauty aspect of it. So we're done with this one. Now the next thing we need to do is to go to site elevation. I'm going to go to 3D and see whether it covers up perfectly. I think with this is okay. So the next thing I need to do is to create this front side. I don't want the level to be equal. I want it to be more higher than the normal side that I have. So I will say go to the same part again. So here you say create similar. At this level now, you will use the level 1 to do your work by selecting this, and you say if of is 600. So you pick the rectangle as you have done, then draw that around to force it here. So I'm done with this one. So what I need to do, just extend this one to maximum so that by the time you are doing the editing, it will be more easy. So remove this loop, which is okay, but among them all, just select this one and change them to 40 as you have used for the initial loop. So here you click finish, say those attach. So you can now go to elevation, which is site elevation. Yes, so you see from the side, and from this level now you can push it up to like 1000 so that we raise above. So if it's too high for you, you just drag it down like this one. Now let's just say I want to bring it down a bit, so like 1000. Just I'm just going to use 700. I think 700 is okay for me. So it's higher than the back and the mouse. So create a different flip of look. So you get what I'm doing now. So now you can now use this one to work on this side phone, and all these things I want to do them at once, so without any issue. So I'm going to say go to ground floor plan. So level 2, just say create similar. Create similar at the level 2. So what do? You select. So you do the same thing by selecting, let's say 600. So you bring it from here, then you drop it to the last part here. Understand? So this is where you want to work your magic. So from there you can click finish. You say no. So what you do now is you select the angle by increasing it to 40 slope. So you go to start elevation and see what you have done. Go to the lists and see whether it works. So I'm having an issue. I did not bring this one. Just remove this. Now this is the kind of building that I'm showcasing here now. Can you see? So what I'm doing here is that this one is done, so I'm going to raise it up a bit. Let's say I'm going to click and say days of this will be for me for 500, or this is 400. It's don't be too high. So this is the way I want the whole things to look like. So now when you look at this from the 3D, this is how far it looks. So I'm not finishing yet. I want to create grid ridge cap for them before I call it grids, before I now focus on the elevation and start doing all those things. So how do I do that? I will select this and I say select all instance in the whole view. So select all the roofs and come to start elevation or anywhere you know that is okay for you, and just say copy. So you interpolate by putting this one on each other, so you have this in place. So now when you have this one, what we want to create is to create the ridge for every aspect. So come here and then you start the process one after the other. So the first thing you need to do is to go to where you can see all those things clearly. So I'm coming here to see them. So I will just come to architecture and will say vertical, cut vertical. So I'm going to select this one, but this one I want to focus my attention on first. So I will say use the thick line, which is the peak one. So just say 80 to be precise. So from there I start doing the work one after the other. So you start doing the work. So you do the same thing all over, then you do the same thing all over. So when you do this one now, so you do the same thing here, then you do the same thing at this point. So it's not giving me that aspect that I needed, but it doesn't matter. I will just do it and delete it later. So what you need now is to make sure that all those lines are well connected without anyone interpolating each other. See, so make them they are all connected. So at all angle it must be fixed. At all angle it must be fixed. So what I do next is that I will just like do the same thing, then set it up for 80. Then I start doing my things in a different way. So I'm going to select on this one. So now I fit that as well the way I've done with the remaining ones. I'm going to do that here. So I'll do that. So far and so far. So I'm done with this. I'll just click finish. So this one is done. The next is to pick the next one. So vertical again, select this. So you do the same process you have done with that one and repeat the same thing here. So I'm selecting this one from the middle. So 50. So I'm going to do that by saying click. You're getting it now. So you say the same thing by saying click. Sorry. So you do the same thing by click. And you do the same thing by clicking. And you do the same thing by clicking. Then you do the last thing by like that. So you select and click all around. So the process of creating roof is not easy, but it's a beautiful aspect, because the more complex the roof, the more beautiful your house design will be presented. So you should work on that, because when you are doing some details like this, bring the beauty out of the something. When you finish this one, you can decide to change the color of the ridge cap. It's your choice. So you just duplicate the roof, but here is not what we want to do. We just want to be able to create the technical difficulties that are always more difficult for people to see. So you trim everything to suit the orientated ideas. Good. So I think okay, there's some place I need to fix, like this one. I need to fix it. So I think I'm done with this now. So I don't think I have any issue with it. So the only one that remains is inside internal aspect. So you can just like select this one and create. So if there's anything that you still need to fix, you come back there and come and fix them, because it's not everything perfected. So click finish. So it's telling you that there is something issue that you need to fix, and that is this place that's showing orange color. So you can imagine this particular position where my cursor is. So that place, when it gives you that idea, you know there's something wrong, that this is what is wrong here. and that's just the point. So finish now, it's done. So you have that in place. So the last part is this one, which I'm going to do straight up again. Just select the vertical. So you do that, and don't fall into the trap that you are going to do that at once. It's not going to be possible, because if you want to do it at once, it's going to cut. The cut is going to be in one another, which is going to be so wrong and give you headache. So you do them the way I've done, selecting and do them individually. So 80, then we proceed by creating the parts. Okay. Okay. I think so. Now just select to close. Select this one. Remove it. Let it be 0. Back to the roots. Okay. So trim everything. Trim again. Trim then, and trim now. Trim everything. So I think we're done with this. Click finish. So there's nothing anymore. But one thing that I have issue is that you are seeing them breaking. So what do you need to do is just like join them together so that they will have a fixed loop. So click on modify and come to geometric join. So select this, then select this. Can you see? You have to fix them straight up. Select this and select this. Fix. So this one is already fixed. Now the only thing that I need to work on is this and connection with this one as well. So you select this one and connect with this. So you see now, select this and connect it with this. So you do the same thing here, select and connect with this base. So all things are equal, join together. So if there is any issue that you don't have, that you are feeling that is not accurate, all you just need to do is to select them and adjust them, so they will fix up the whole position by themselves. So say click by save. So now let's say we need to do what? Select the, look at the roof from the 3D. You can imagine the ridge cap that being created and everything is being systematically placed in order. So this one is what we talk about by creating a solid roof for the whole building. So this is aspects that you can work on. You can change the material of this roof. It's your choice. So let's just quickly do that so that we will not look like. So just change the material. You can duplicate it. It's only this one you want to work on. You can duplicate anything if you want to do that. It's your choice. So but let me just change the material of the everything. So I don't want that. So you just select it, click and say duplicate from now. So you don't just remove it entirely. I'm going to do duplicate for that aspect. So I will just select material from here. So you select from the appearance, then you come to, how do I call it, roofing. So from here now I want to use this where is the roof system. So I'm going to use this hard part with just the color. There are a lot of them here that you can just dabble into and make use of. Depends on the way you want to. Let me just use this one, Spanish style. Okay, and just like use that one and let the color change to be red or whatever that you think that is okay. So you click that and say okay. So everything is in order. So that is how far we go on this particular route. So when we go to site, so you can just turn this one as well to reality and let everything come in place for our own. So you want to use them in shadow or color whatsoever. It's your choice. So it depends on how you want to present your work to your clients for the fixable idea and what you have created. So finally, we are here doing the ground floor plan completely. The roof system has been done. So we have something educational to work with. So you can toggle around and see that the building are coming up in place. So now our focus is going to be for the elevation, and which is what we are going to do in the next tutorial. So time for staying with us to this level. Kindly subscribe if you have not been a member. So you can become a member by joining the join and pay some certain amount of money for YouTube. That is what YouTube manage for channel, and give us a little bit of money in a monthly basis. So it's not much, it's not even taking care of anything at all, but at least my joy is that I'm making people to understand design in their own little way. That is why I'm pumping this every day for you. Thanks for watching. God bless you. See you later.